Welcome back to the Romanian Reaver channel, in my playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker. An Oriole 8 Eyes. Oriole 8 Eyes, the elf looks straight at you through the tangled hair falling over her face. Okay, it's a she. Good. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the Soul Lands. You're not the only one of your kind here. Take my advice, keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the ones who call themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started her day with a jug of wine. Who are you? The elf grunts. An Oriole 8 Eyes. Once upon a time I was famous throughout Abbaslom. An Oriole 8 Eyes of the Reckless Six. Well, glory passes. A few miserable decades later and no one recognizes you on the streets anymore. What a shame. What are you doing here? I sit here waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. You may be sitting here in a backwoods tavern, but in Abbaslom... Absalom? How do you even pronounce that? Absalom? Absalom, I think. I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They have brave hearts but shallow pockets. A little gold would be welcome change for them. I can send them a message and they will come from Abbaslom through a portal, if you're interested. Just give me a sign and we'll arrange everything right away. Why are you called 8 Eyes? Once, long ago, I could spot an enemy and pin him to the wall before he could even think of attacking. Some said I had 8 eyes and looked all around at once. Though it seems I've outlived my nickname. Nora stretches her arm forward. Her palm trembles slightly, or noticeably, pardon. I've been drinking so much lately, it's best I don't test my skills too often. A famous Pathfinder, here in the middle of nowhere? Why? You want to know how one could exchange the life of Pathfinder for this sorry drunken rat hole? The light in an Oriole's eyes goes out, as if someone had blown out a candle. You lose all your friends because most ones come back, and then you'll understand. I was the only one to return from the final campaign of the Reckless Six, and whatever is left of me can't be called a seeker anymore. An Oriole remains silent for a long time, as if wondering if she wishes to poke the old wound. Here's the story. Our leader, Vermelt, was the best of us. Wise, brave, friends with everyone. One of those friends, Adivion Adrisant, sent him a disturbing letter. He stumbled upon mention of some ancient books on the art of necromancy. Secrets like those are best hidden forever. Trust me, I've seen what that kind of magic can do. The elf bites her lip. To make a long story short, these volumes are supposedly hidden in the catacombs of Gallowspire. We decided those books should be retrieved and kept safe by society. We gathered in a tavern, discussed the expedition, then proceeded to Ustalav. It was a normal mission, a quick and quiet recovery, Oriole smiles bitterly, but everything turned out to be much more complicated. We barely made it through the Witchgate Forest. All those terrible living trees, undead druids in their arches of bone. It was a miracle we managed to make it out alive. We'd chosen Renchurch to stop at. It was marked on Verl's map as a safe enough haven to hole up and lick our wounds. How I wish that had been true. Velmet was the first to perish. He was attacked by one of the monsters hiding in the stables. It tossed him about like a feather and threw him down an ancient well. His shout echoed for a long time, and I didn't hear the sound of him landing. And then an Oriole pauses and turns away, hiding her eyes. Enough, I shouldn't have gotten into this. Who might stir up others' feelings with all my chatter? We'd better forget about it for now. Maybe I'll tell you some other time, but not today. Where were you when the trading post was attacked? I was hunting, got a little lost in the mist, which is the first time that's happened to me. I guess I should go easier on the drink, but don't you imagine I'd be scared of a good fight? If only I'd known I was missing all the action, but I see you've gotten everything under control. Want to know more about the Pathfinder Society? What exactly are you interested in? What is the purpose of the society? The School of Adventurers. We search for those who are eager to test their skills, and we educate them and give them ideas about where on Golarion they might seek their fortune. They look for forgotten knowledge, secrets, and lost artifacts. They are explorers and pathfinders. We're a sort of mutual assistance club for adventure lovers. We exchange experience, share knowledge, and keep careful records, in case it proves useful to future expeditions. And also we publish books for thrill seekers and bored urban teenagers from multi families. What kind of members does society have? All sorts of adventurers. We have representatives from all races, religions, and beliefs. In the Grand Lodge in Absalom, but there are many smaller lodges throughout Golarion, and the venture captains direct pathfinders to their goals from across all corners of the world. There are many renowned heroes in the society, and many scoundrels as well, whose service to society has brought them fame. What does society support? You mean, who does it serve? No one in particular. Pathfinders try not to get involved in the quarrels of others. They serve only the spirit of venture, and sometimes they happen to save the world. However, that doesn't mean there are no black sheep among the seekers. Regarding your story, Honora looks silently. What happened in Ren Church? The elf shakes her head. I have no wish to fill your sleep with nightmares. When you prove that you can stand firm in a battle, that you can achieve victory without losing yourself along the way, then I'll tell you of the horrors that wait for us in Ren Church. Would you like to join me? No, I've got enough things to do already. You better manage on your own. Okay. Good day, I hope you're feeling alright after that battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. What do you want to ask of me? Serana lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Staglord thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring, just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket, really, but it meant so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, feeling that I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid and everyone around me would laugh, interrupts herself, shaking her head gently. If you happen to find that ring among the bandit's possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved inside the band. Zelana drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There's one more thing. Among the bandits, there's a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy, if you have the chance. I'd be happy to help Svetlana. Zelana nods. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for your help. Tell me about yourself. How did you and your husband find the courage to establish trading posts in the Stolen Lands? It was Oleg's idea, though I supported him in it. We didn't realize how dangerous it was here, of course. And rest of everyone respects the sword lords, and everyone accustomed to relying on them. Everyone's accustomed, pardon. Even the mention of someone like Lady Jamandi could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. It could maybe even work in some places here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. What can you tell me about the Stag Lord himself? Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot. He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the Stolen Lands into his personal kingdom, a kingdom of fear and oppression. It would be a kingdom of lawlessness. Once I've dealt with I like adventures, but I definitely prefer the ones that involve stopping villains and helping people. Fear always follows power. It would be naive to think that Staglord is so much different from any other lure. In life, you either inspire fear or cower from it. I prefer to be the one who's feared. Yeah. I can't thank you enough for the hope you've given me, but please be careful, the Staglord is extremely dangerous. Okay. Svetlana, we've chosen some stuff. Let's see about the other stuff. Greetings, Oleg seems to be in a good mood and greets you warmly. You certainly ruffled those villains' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen it Never seen anything like it before. The Lotta Restov looks like someone spilled milk and just hung in the air. And it just hung in the air, damn. I couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. Feels like witchcraft to me. I'd bet the Stag Lord's evolved somehow. Rumors say he deals with all kinds of bad magic. I just dislike the noise, Oleg answers reluctantly. I'm from Rostov. Cities are complicated. Lots of people and each with their place on the shelf. Bow before this one, fear this other one, pardon. Don't do business with the third, but be sure to be extra nice to the fourth, and villages are a little better. Everyone likes to stick their noses into each other's business. I just wanted a place where I could be my own master, and so I ended up here. Can you take care of the Stag Lord? Do anything that could help me find them? That's quite a task you set for yourself. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area. Only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location of the fortress is a heavily guarded secret, and with this fog hanging around, I'd imagine it would be even harder to find. I suppose you could try to follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. They came from the southwest, from the side of the Torn River. The fortress might be there, or at least some large camp of theirs where you can find information. What else can you tell me about the Stag Lord? Not much. Not like I sat down and shared a cup of wine with the man, you know? But I think he arrived in Stolen Lands less than a year ago, from what I've heard. But as soon as he got here, he took over everything. I wrote to Restov, tried to warn them that the Stag Lord wasn't some typical gang leader, but they didn't listen. The rumors about him are horrible. He'll kill a person if they so much as disagree with him. He never reveals his face. Those who've seen him up close report the same thing. Ugly scars covered every inch of his skin, not covered by his clothes. The Stag Lord's past is a mystery. He just arrived one day. He was immediately a power to be reckoned with. I guess the most surprising thing about him is that he has as many followers who admire him as he has minions who obey him out of fear. He's got some inner strength in him, or maybe an inner madness. There are many who seem to follow him because of that madness, like it was some kind of virtue. Okay. Boken puts up his hands on his hip. Well, Boken still knows a few things to impress those blood-sucking dummies. Enough hiding in those damn bushes, I say. Can I help you in any way? Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there, but the place has become overrun by spiders. The berries are red, look a lot like raspberries, fangberries I call them. I'd be real grateful if you gathered a basket of them, brought them back. Just be quick if you do. They spoil quickly. Those spiders in the cave are mean. Here, let me give you some alchemical fire, crafted myself. Burn those spiders to a crisp. That'll teach them for taking over my fangberry cave. I also need a bucket of moon radishes. They're a rare and mysterious plant. I don't know where to find them, but I know the kobolds gather them and value them highly. It's not a huge deal, really. I do it myself for anger, but if you're willing, I'll pay you 3 potions for the berries and a purse full of coins for the radishes. Alright, I'll try to help. Glances at you hopefully. Just watch out, alright? Don't end up someone's lunch. Okay, show me what you have. Things need taking care of course. They always freaking need taking care of. You know, cause I'm like the only actor in this damn world. Huh.
No stopping that.
We're gonna talk? Amiri mutters a weary sigh. Alright, spill it, I'm listening. We're just talking. You don't like it? Amiri shrugs several times. Jesus, perhaps flexing her muscles or maybe just filling in the silence. Don't know, she admits at last. Depends what we talk about. If it's about monsters or swords or scars, I approve. That's good. If you're gonna ask questions like why and what for and how, screw this. Miri looks you over slowly head to toe. Or you got even harder ones. That's formidable sword, but it's just not a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that even though Miri is extremely strong, she still has difficulty wielding such a large sword. This sword belonged to a real blasted frost giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. Amiri's eyes flash with menace as if she's challenging some invisible enemy to try and take it away from her. Tell me about yourself. This simple question seems to puzzle Amiri. She scratches her head, then starts counting on her fingers. First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of mammoth lords. I left my tribe, the Six Bears. Amiri looks thoughtfully at her four bent fingers and shrugs. And I like fights. She concludes, bending her thumb. What's it like to be a barbarian of the Six Tribes? Ha! Our people are big and strong. You can cut a monster in half with one swing. We can walk 3 days and nights with no rest. We can eat a whole fried auroch. I guess you had a lot of training to become as strong as you are. Training? Ha 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 ha. No one freaking trained me. The boys of the Six Bears got the training. All I could do was watch. Amiri's eyes gleam with anger. And you know what? They were still crap even after all that training, because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters, all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots, Miri spits on the ground. Because if you start a fight, you think you can win. You think you're stronger than the enemy. Amiri raises her chin proudly. I defeated them all. See all these scars on my face? What does the realm of the mammoth lords look like? Huge and freezing, no place for weaklings. Amelia narrows her eyes as if evaluating her ability to survive her homeland. Tribes hunt aurochs. That's mispronounced, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's auroch, not aurochs herds. Because aurochs herds just sound kind of weird. Auroch herds to survive. Aurochs are fast, so tribe follows for days. Just not to die of hunger. If you're weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe cannot stop. Also, there are giants and mammoths. Sometimes demons come too. Ah, and the mastodons. And the saber-toothed tigers, Amiri grins. You would survive, I think, for a few days. Ha. Why did you leave your tribe? 'Cause they were assholes, all of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and women were scared like sheep. Amiri rolls her bloodshot eyes in fury. Men think no girl can be a fighter because they are weak. They are afraid of a woman who can beat them. And females just not. Go sue, hides, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they say. That's what they always say. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook, hides, and watch meat. What? Amiri is already shouting, her fist clenched tightly. I told them so. I went hunting with the men. And what did I get? Still same. You're a woman. You stay home. Even gave me a nickname, the Soft Chieftain. Like a warrior woman was a funny joke. Damn, I even went to hunt those shit-faced frost giants, and there, Mary suddenly stops, breathing heavily, sweat beading down her forehead. After a moment, Amiri waves her hand awkwardly and forces herself to grin. So I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and sissies they were. And that's why. You're a good fighter. Mary jerks her head up. Quite good, huh? Compared to who? If I was a crappy male, I'd fight better. Is that what you say? She glares at you, her eyes narrow. Or you say I could be better? Like go get some training, Amiri, right? I meant exactly what I said. You're a good fighter. Don't raise your voice to me ever again. Amiri continues to breathe heavily for several seconds, glaring at you, but finally she calms down. I won't, she mutters. Forget it. You're rather rude, you know? You bet, Amiri grins, then suddenly frowns. I'm a fighter, big and strong. Everyone's afraid of me. I can't play the softy. Who would ever fear me then? Thanks for telling me. So why did you leave your tribe and what's that story about for? I already told you, they were assholes. They treat women okay. For the giants, I'll tell you later. Someday, maybe. Talking. When will we do some monster killing instead? Okay, where are the rest?
It is done.
I could probably take the dog if I were trained properly. JFL greets you with a nod. Speak. I'd like to hear your story. Stories are boring and a waste of time. I've killed, I was exiled from Cronin, I died, I was raised by Urgofa's gift, that's my story. Who were you before your exile? It's rather amusing. I belonged to a wealthy family and held high position on the courts of Idara, the capital of Kionin. When my little wrongdoings were revealed, the trial was held in the very same court where I tried cases and delivered sentences over several hundred years. An awkward situation, don't you think? Who did you kill and why? Family. 4. Jafo's voice is calm and ordinary, as if she's speaking of something trivial. But why is the more interesting question? What is the worth of 1,000 years if you cannot enjoy it like your 10 dozen springs? The voice sounds unusually vehement. Everyone considers elves ever young, but your youthfulness is but a mask, a threadbare ritual gown. What lies underneath? The dust of years and jaded repetition. With each year, the dust grows thicker, and erstwhile joy ceases to excite and cloy, as a dish you've tasted 1,000 times. Long did I search for a way to avert this fate. Don't I, who has truly tasted life, deserve a better lot than those benumbed old elves who close themselves to the world? And I found a way in the ancient text of Urgafoa, a ritual involving the blood of my kin, a trifle that would make each day feel like a holiday, created especially for me. The ritual gave strength not only to my body, but to my mind and my soul, and my mind whirled at every sensation, each sip of wine or silken caress. Oh, how I miss this. My cousin was the first season for the ritual. It was a simple matter to pass her death as an unfortunate accident, but the enchantment would not last. I had to find another, and again conceal my trail. With the third death, my family grew suspicious, and upon the fourth, my deeds were finally revealed. Such a pity. If not for this, my own life even now would overflow with burning pleasure, for I have dozens of useless relatives. Did you kill innocent elves for entertainment and pleasure? Yeah. It is much more difficult to accomplish this in Kyonin than the River Kingdoms. Jeffel cringes, but you are correct. I have learned a lesson from my past and will be more careful in the future. Do you have family in Kyonin? Anyone who is dear to you? Do you mean someone I would hesitate to sacrifice? Perhaps my daughter. I'd regret the wasted effort. The creature turned out quite well, like a properly trained dog or a well-managed... What the f... Well, she's a MILF, an undead MILF, but damn. Is your exile your only punishment for murder? For an elf, Jeff says pointedly, exile is a serious punishment. There is no other Kyonin in this world. Even I, who despise this hypocrisy, must admit as much. How did he die? And what happened after? Jeff frowns. I don't remember my death. I was stunned by the sentence of exile and I admit I showed weakness. I wandered aimless, absorbed in despair, without concern for my safety or sustenance. And then I remembered desolate rocks, a stone I lay upon, a convulsion passing not only through my whole body, but through my soul. Then I awakened, cold, calm, my body overwhelmed with strength, but haunted by a strange internal silence. There were bloody prints of bone feet on the stone next to me, the sign of the goddess. A bell scythe lay nearby. That was the first and last time I heard Ugofa's voice. She spoke but 3 words. Hail the Inquisitor. That is all. She has neither addressed me nor answered my pleas ever since. I will not bother you with the story of how I tried to comprehend my new condition. Soon I had the chance to put my new powers to the test. A group of my kin had tracked me through the woods. They were insolent and would pay dearly for this. But I had to reckon how I might free myself from their persistent chase. A powerful protector among the short-lived could help me, and the Sword Lord seemed suitable. That is all. Tell me about your birthplace. I hope you do not ask from idle curiosity. Kiernan is the birthplace of the elves. The other races are allowed to visit within reasonable limits, usually only as far as Greengold. That is the enclave for half-breeds and the short-lived, whim of our queen. I enjoyed going there sometimes as to a wild beast show. Beyond this caricature of a city, Kiernan is a mixture of grandeur and the sad remains of ancient glory. Okay. Next to today's graceful dwellings lie the ruins of ancient monuments and fountains. Elves prefer to live in small groups in secluded settlements. The most outgoing and ambitious live in the capital, Iadara. Daily life is filled with the efforts of 100-year-old infants seeking worthy goals, and 1,000-year-old stony cynics entertaining themselves howsoever they can. That is all. It's scarcely worth mentioning that even this gloom is far more tempting than anything one finds in the lands of the short-lived. Okay, I'm going to leave it off here now, because it is 27 minutes. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching, or more precisely surviving up until this point, because guys know the editing's kinda interesting and my voice has a melodic tone to it. If you like what you saw, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like button. It does help out the statistics of the channel, gets more visible, you know, stuff like that. And to be honest, at one point I would like to actually make this a job so I can do better content with better quality, more games, more coverage, you know, stuff like that. Take care.